Well, hey guys, it's Tracey from Nova Scotia Living, and it is 12:30. 12:30. The kids just had lunch. Well, actually, Mally's still in bed. This whole, well, it's not officially a lockdown, but social isolation has thrown our schedules completely off. But that's okay. We got to do what we got to do. So, anyways, I just ended my yesterday's video with all that freezer meal stuff. I've been sitting here with my clipboard. There's Evie. I left some stuff out. I put stuff back in the cooler. If you watch my video from yesterday, you've seen some of the stuff that I took out from my downstairs freezer that I want to try to cook up today. I'm going to just cook the meat section and then tomorrow try to make meals. I just put eye drops in my eyes. My allergies are off the hook. Oh my goodness, not off the hook in a good way. Sneezing and stuff. I put allergy eye drops in and took an allergy tablet, so good thing I organized my medicine cabinet. But anyways, I've been sitting here. I wrote down everything that I took out and some ideas. I'm going to make cabbage rolls. I haven't done that for a while. And what I briefly touched on in yesterday's video, which was just a few minutes ago, officially March break is over. Now we're going into the week of social isolation. School is canceled. There's not any plan for the little kids. They're working on a plan for Marquise because he's in grade 12 and still try to get those kids graduated. Just a minute, Evie. Go eat your lunch. Go bring me your plate if you're all done. I gave them grapes and a half a banana, cheese string, some pepperoni for lunch. Yeah, that's what I did. Anyways, I touched on briefly. I know I see a lot of people out there locally that are starting to homeschool. I should try to do that, but that's not my expertise at all. I don't really have an expertise. But I don't believe that all learning comes from a classroom. Yes, learning does come from a classroom, but not all learning comes from a classroom. So, my plan for my own sanity, for my kids, instead of sitting in front of the boob tube or in front of a tablet or a computer or bickering with one another, I'm going to develop some sort of a home routine, and I'm going to get them involved in food preservation. Yeah, it's an important skill. Not everybody has that. A lot of people do, but I don't know. I can't say one way or the other if there's people my kids' age that see their parents do that sort of thing, and they probably see their parents do other very important things. I'm not knocking any parents out there, locally or abroad. They might be doing some other very valuable things, but I think some of the stuff that I do are skills that I've learned from my mom, that she learned from her mom, that Grammy learned from her mom, that, you know, that sort of thing. Living, buying, harvesting locally, you know. Oh, I hear Messiah and Evie out there. Anyways, I'm going to get them involved in what I'm doing. So, what I'm talking about is, I took out 2 bags of frozen Brussels sprouts. I'm going to now try those pickled Brussels sprouts I talked about like 2 months ago or something. I'll get one of the kids to help me do that. I have 2 bags of frozen blueberries up in the freezer here I bought yesterday. I'm going to get probably Maze to do that because that's something easy. He sees me do it, but I want him to do it. It'll take 10 times longer for them to do what I do, but it's an important skill to learn. They'll remember dealing with that. They'll remember. I know in the past, I'll buy like a 50-pound bag of deer carrots. They're perfectly good carrots. They're just funny looking carrots. I went to the dollar store and we fostered at the time, so I think I had 6 little kids at home. Bought 6 carrot peelers, vegetable peelers, and they all sat around and peeled carrots. I had one here. I did it myself. We all sat around and peeled carrots. And they knew what I was doing, you know, like, you can't help but hear the pressure canner in the house. You can't help but smell the smell of something you're canning or pickling or whatever, water bath canning or pressure canning. I'm going to get them involved in that so they can learn some of the skills that I've learned. I didn't learn when I was little. I really didn't. I didn't start learning until I was in my 20s. I seen my mom do it, and I just thought it was a way of life. It wasn't until I was a young adult out on my own with 2 kids that it piqued an interest in me, because I never thought anything of it. And by that time we had moved back from the city to the rural community, and Mom would come out and show me how to do some things. Now, I can a lot more things than my mom used to. She would can vegetables and pickles, but I don't know. I've branched off into the rebel canning with this and that and this and that. But it was from my mom that I got this bug and dehydrating and things like that. So I want to try to spread that on to my kids. I'm rambling. I know. I am going on and on. Shut the heck up, Tracey. And let's get moving, because I'm going to start cooking with some of this meat. Zip it, lock it, and put it in my pocket, and let's get moving, because I could talk and talk and talk. I'm just in one of those moods. I'm in one of those moods. I've been cooped up here with all these kids, and I want some grown folk talk. So anyways, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll figure out what we're going to do. I'll show you what my first draft game plan is. Right. I got a little distracted, but I went down to the basement and got a box of jars. I'm going to put those in the dishwasher on the highest setting, and I'm going to sterilize those either today or tomorrow. Usually when I can something, I can a huge batch of stuff, but I only have 2 bags of those frozen Brussels sprouts, and I want to pickle those. So I want to have jars ready for when I do actually get around to doing that. I've decided I'm going to use a package of mild Italian sausage and 2 packs of hamburger and make cabbage rolls. I'm just going to defrost these. These are still really frozen. Really frozen. And I'll decase these sausages and mash it all up with this and add any fillers that I want to add. Thinking 2 of these, I'm going to make a beef stroganoff, at least the meat mixture, and I'll freeze the meat mixture separately, and then I can do pasta when we actually make it and mix it together and bake it, maybe. Or maybe I'll do it all at once. I haven't decided yet. Evie, leave that blind alone. Put it back. Skedaddle. No. No, no. No, no. Do you need time out? No, no. Danger, danger. Oh, this little monster. Little monster. Yeah, you better get going. Hustle your booty and get going. Get going. Anyways, what I plan on doing is 2 of those for beef stroganoff, and then 1 of these packs for tater tot casserole, because I have half a bag of tater tots or something like that. I could do 1. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this pork yet, and the wild meat, I'm not sure. That's still very frozen. I'm going to ask my husband what he wants me to do with that, because that's his meat. He's the one that shot the deer and stuff. If he wants me to put that in the freezer now, because I have time to put it back in the freezer, I will, or I'll make something with it. We'll see. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to defrost this. I'm going to defrost the hamburger and figure out what I'm going to do with the pork. But right now, I'm going to load those in the dishwasher because I have enough other dishes in there to wash, get a load going, and they'll be ready to be sterilized tomorrow because we water bath can Brussels sprouts. We don't pressure can them, and they need to be sterile for sure. So anyways, that's the game plan right now. All right, are you guys sick of sausages yet? I took these out of the freezer last night here in the kitchen. Just because our freezer wasn't freezing very much. It turns out the dial was turned down. One of the kids probably did that in the fridge. But these need to be cooked today. So this is what they're going to have for supper. So before I start doing any kind of stuff, I have a package of hamburger in the microwave defrosting. I already did one. I need to cook this up because I don't want to be behind in supper. It is 1:35. I'm going to get these in a pan and start doing that, and then I can just find some sides to go with it. These guys can have them cut up. They can put them in a piece of bread like a hot dog kind of thing, or whatever. I know they had these this past week, but yeah, we need to use them. We'll use them. So yeah, let me get the stove wiped off and we'll get them in a pan. Alright friends, I got my pans out there. Let me get the sausages over here. I have a glove on my hand because it's super itchy, and if I don't cover it up, I'm going to tear it absolutely to bits. I've learned that over my years. I will tear it up until it is bloody, honestly, so I need to protect myself. Anyways, I'm going to get these sausages going. Oh, it's you behind me. You snuck right up behind me, Maze. Are you done your lunch? No. Well, oh yeah, you are done.
Oh yeah.
I'm just poking holes in these so some of the fat comes out.
Cookie.
As long as you brought your dish out, Maze. Did you bring your dish out?
No.
I'll bring your dish out so I can wash it, silly boy. I gotta get Evie down for a nap, but it's 1:42 now. Yeah, we bought a whole whack of these. I bought some, and then my husband ended up buying some, not knowing that I bought some. So we had so many in the freezer. I think this is the last of them. This is the free-range, like, organic, raised without antibiotics kind of sausage. They're a little more like a hamburger texture instead of the other ones that we buy that are more fatty, but they're still good. So I'll use these up. Oh, I meant to do that in the other one, just so I could space them out a little more. That's about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Just easier. And it says the directions on the back. Last time I did that, that turned out pretty good. So I'm not doing it on a barbecue. So half a cup of water per one pack. So I'll put a cup in each pan. Cover with water. Steam sausages for 10 to 12 minutes. Remove cover, fry for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. Yeah. And the rest of the stuff will be history. I can open up a can of vegetables. I can have some more raw vegetables, whatever, to go along with this. I could slice this up and put it in a pasta, but I don't feel like doing that today. I'm on a mission. I am on a mission, and I'm gonna get her done. So let me get some water. I use one of these old tomato sauce came in this. I have a couple of them. I keep one beside our coffee maker, so if we have to fill up the Keurig, I just fill this up. But that's just specifically for water. I'm going to fill this up and divide it into 2 pans. Maybe not fill it up all the way. And I have 2 covers here. So we steam it. For 10 minutes or so. Ooh. Maybe this doesn't fit it perfectly. I'm going to take this glove off. I'm going to make it work if it's not perfect. Son of a... Stay your arse there. Well, it's staying there. That's all I'm doing. I'm not dirtying another pan. I just might have to add more water in it while it burns out. So I'm gonna set this for 15 minutes. I'm not going anywheres, just because I'll set it for 14 minutes because it'll take a while to heat up and start boiling, and then we'll let it steam. I'll flip it over a couple times while it's doing it, and then we'll take the lid off, blow the roof off the mother, and we'll brown them up, and then those will be ready for supper when the time comes. So easy peasy. These puppies are dancing. Oh, I got busy on the phone. The timer's about to go off. I haven't even moved these suckers. Ooh. Ooh. It's like a steam bath in here. I'm just gonna flip them around as best as I can do with my freaking left hand. Oh, I canned up sausages before, but they were the other ones. I bet you these ones would can up good too. Like they'd be less fatty. The ones that I did were good. They just turned out really tender, which are still tasty. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. But these are more, I don't know, leaner. Yeah, I'm having a hard time with my left hand. So this has been going for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to keep the lid off, stand close by, listen to some jams, and keep rotating these every couple of minutes so they brown on all sides if I can get them that good. We'll see. Eventually I'll dump these into here and just put a cover on it and leave it until supper time. But I'll be back in a bit and show you what they look like. So there's a little brown there just so you can see, but we're going to get them a lot browner than that. Alright, these are pretty well done. I ended up dumping it into this. My kitchen's loud because this is sizzling. I'm blasting Depeche Mode. I'm going to shut this off and put a cover on it because these are pretty well done. And then I can start working on some hamburger. So I'll be right back. I ended up putting those sausages right here. The fire's not going. They're still super hot. I'm just going to leave them and I'll put a lid on them for when it's time. It's only 2:45. This is one of the pans that they were in. I just put a little water in it. I'm not even going to wash it because I'm going to drop one of these, and I could actually probably do them all at once. Yeah, I might do that. Just so I don't have to dirty that pan over there. I'll just do it all in this one because it's a big deep pan. It's not like a regular frying pan. I'm going to get these. These are going to be for the beef stroganoff. So I'm going to get these in the pan. I'll be right back. I got them both in there. Still kind of frozen in the middle, but I'm not putting it back in the microwave. It'll defrost eventually. So I'm going to get this going. I'm going to put onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper in this. And then, yeah, I'll bring you back when that's all done up. So, yeah, you guys have seen me do scrambled hamburger umpteen times. Betty wanted to come out and play. This is Betty, my meat thing. Bob is still in the drawer if I need him for later. But yeah, I'm gonna turn the burner on and start sizzling. 2:21. Alright, it's starting to come off. I put the onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper in there. I don't follow a recipe. This is minced garlic. And I have a little chunk of diced onions left in here, and it's solid as a rock, so I'm just going to drop it in, and it'll come apart eventually. It's like a chunk, but I'll make it work. Try to get this all mashed up. It will loosen up eventually. And get those seasons all the way around. Seasonings. I forgot to check if this is lean ground or whatever, because if I have to strain it, I'll strain it before I start adding. I have 4 cans of cream of mushroom. I have some sour cream. I do have some cheese. I mean, I do have cheese, but I don't want to grate any today. But maybe I'll just fry up the meat today and then we'll assemble it all tomorrow. That's probably what I'll do. I'll just put this in a baggie tonight and put stroganoff on it so I know what it's for. And yeah, that onion will loosen up as the meat warms up, so I'll be back. Alright, it's 2:38. This pan is all done. I just shut it off. It's still very hot. I'm going to let it cool down a bit and strain it. And Bob wanted to come out, so I did up that third pack that had been in the microwave. This is going to be for the tater tot casserole, and I seasoned it just like I seasoned this one. Onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, a tablespoon of minced garlic, and instead of frozen onions, I used dehydrated chopped onions in that pan over there. So I'm going to let them cool down a bit. They're both done. I'll strain them, and we're going to save them till tomorrow so we can do stuff with them. Alright guys, it's 10 to 4. I just came downstairs from laying down Evie. He's up there having a kink. And I just dumped that big pan of hamburger. You guys are up high. In a strainer. I'm catching the fat. I'm not letting it go down my drain. But I'm going to make myself a coffee. Because I need one. We're out of our regular pods. I don't know, a while ago I bought a box of no name coffee. It was 50% off, of course. We already burned the box. Anyways, I tried it yesterday. It's really good. I just don't know. I forgot to look to see if these pods are compostable. I liked the coffee, first of all, of the PC brand Costa Rica or Samaria, or I don't know, whatever. But their pods are compostable. I'm not sure if these are, so I don't want to throw them in the compost. I should have looked at the box better before I burned it. Is my big mug clean? Those jars that I washed today are in the dishwasher. Yes, my mug is clean. I just took it out of there. They're super hot though. But they're cleaned. They're cleaned. I don't think I'll do that today. But we'll be pickling up some Brussels sprouts tomorrow and making a bunch of freezer meals. So, yes. It's getting later in the day. I just had a couple of those sausages actually when I first came downstairs. The kids are having them for supper. And I actually have leftover salad, like lettuce and cucumber in the fridge. So they're going to have salad and sausages. And I mean, there's grapes, there's bananas, there's cheese strings, there's apples, there's carrot sticks, whatever, if they want more than that. But that's what they're having. But I want to, well, the other 2 packs of hamburger that are on the table, I'm just letting defrost like at room temperature. Then I'll put it out in the porch this evening, along with that package of sausage that I'm going to mix in with the hamburger for my cabbage rolls. I put the other 5 packages of sausages and 3 packages of drumsticks in a cooler over there with the ice pack. I haven't decided what I'm doing. I'm just trying to think of this stuff bit by bit. But at least tomorrow I'll know. I'll have 2 beef stroganoffs, a tater tot casserole, probably, well, I have 2 heads of cabbage, as many cabbage rolls as I can make. More water, please. Goodness sakes. And then I can think about what I'm going to do with the other stuff. And that's just from one freezer. Yikes. One thing about these, the quarantine. Oh, I have a tickle in my throat. Quarantine thing. Well, not officially quarantine, social distancing. I can't go to the store. I mean, I can go to the store, but it's not safe to go to the store just willy-nilly. So if I happen to need something, I'm not going to just go get it. I'm just going to adapt. But that's probably a good thing. and just work with what I have. And it'll save us money. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think we're going to have to take one more trip to town. I think I told you this. Did I tell you this? Maybe it was yesterday. One more trip to town this week because for Marquise, who's supposed to graduate this year, they're sending out computers to them so they can actually finish their schools online, so they can actually graduate when they're supposed to graduate. But they're supposed to make arrangements with parents for when they can be picked up. So if we have to take a trip to town to pick that up, if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. Yeah, if we have to take a trip to town for that, because if there's only a certain time that we can pick them up, we have to go get it. I'm going to have another little list of a few things to get. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm impressed with this no-name coffee. I just need to find out if those pods are compostable because, yeah, I'd hate to... Yeah, I like things when they can be composted, you know what I mean? So, I believe Canada's the first country in the world that ever had coffee pods that can go in the compost. I don't know. They're made of soy or something. I don't know. They look like plastic, but they're not plastic, so. Anyways, I'll be back. I'm just jabbering. I have that other pan of hamburger. It's going to be for the tater tot casserole. I'm going to strain that in a minute, but I think what I'm going to do is put that hamburger in a big freezer bag and just put it out the porch or in the fridge until tomorrow. And then after I assemble it with all the sauce, I'll either put it in the pan with pasta if I'm going to do it all at once, or I'll just add the sauce to the meat and freeze it that way, and then the day I actually use it, I just need to boil a pot of pasta and mix it all together. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm doing. So anyways, I'll be back. Alright friends, I just heated up the sausage again for the kids. This is Messiah's plate. She's having some lettuce and cucumber. I bought that bag of lettuce from the store, 50% off yesterday. Still good. Bought these buns, 50% off yesterday. And a sausage. They're a little bit spicy, so I just put one on their plate and a blob of ketchup. She'll have it with ketchup, and if she wants dressing on her salad, she can have it. So, bon appetit. Alright friends, well it's 7:24. I'm just getting home from dropping Evie off from to Medea, to his mama. It's still light out, but it's cold. It's cold outside. Anyways, I bagged up that hamburger. I'll show you in a minute. And I wrapped everything, all the rest of the meat, and put it in a cooler. So we'll deal with it tomorrow. Oh. I'm going to start the dishwasher. I meant to do that before I left. And then the kitchen will be straightened up, so that's good. Anyways, I'll be back in a minute. I got to get my jacket and stuff off, and yeah, I'll be right back. Well, good morning, guys. It's the next day. Yeah, I went to heck in a handbasket. You know how it goes at the end of the day. Oh, good, but just crazy. I'm just about to have my morning coffee, and I just unloaded my phone, but my computer's so freaking clogged up, I gotta take stuff off and put it on my external drive, so that's what I'm doing now, and then I can edit. But yeah, I'm not sure how long this video is, and I'll show you. My husband's out in the kitchen now. I'll show you those bags of hamburger I put in the fridge. I meant to do that last night. And I really need to get boogie in with cooking some of this stuff that I have defrosted because I got a whack of stuff to cook. So anyways, I'll be back. I'm going to have my coffee, get my updates and all that jazz. So whew. Stay there. Alright guys, I have Harriet out. I'm going to make a pot of rice. It's 21 after 10. I have to go get Evie for 11. And I can get this going before I leave. Doubling the batch because I'm going to use some in the cabbage rolls I'm going to make today. I don't know whether it'll be in this video. I'm going to probably end this one in a little while. But I'm going to put some rice in the cabbage rolls as a filler. And then we're going to have rice tonight because I think I'm going to make chicken tikka masala. I bought 2 jars of tikka masala sauce the other day. That was 50% off, of course. And yeah, I might just brown the chicken when I get back and put it in a slow cooker. That was 4 cups of basmati rice. I'm doing 6 cups of water, and it's super simple to make this. Let me just, yeah, my water's going slow today. Maze is up now. I got him washed and changed. Maziah's up. That's 4 cups. She's taking her braids out. I want to do her hair today. The other girls are still in bed. I'm going to have to go give them a shake here in a little bit. Now, you could add seasonings and everything, curry powder, bouillon, whatever, to this, but I'm just going to keep it plain white rice. I have the heat on high. I have an old video on how I do this, but 2 cups of rice, 3 cups of water for like a single batch or whatever. Wait for it to boil, like a good boil. Shut the heat off, like take it off the heat. Put a blob of butter in it. You can add salt and pepper or whatever you want to add to it then. Put the lid on it and just leave it. Don't take the lid off. Leave it for like 20 minutes and it'll cook. I don't know if you can do that with other rice. Basmati rice is the one that I cook all the time these days. I don't know about minute rice. I don't know about brown rice. I've made brown rice years ago, but I know that's not the same. But if you guys have been following me for a little while, you know I vacuum sealed a bunch of jasmine rice. I got 50% off, like 3 big bags of jasmine rice. I gotta find out the recipe, how to make that rice, just in case I ever run out of my basmati rice. I have jasmine rice to do, and I don't know if I've ever even had jasmine rice, but I know a lot of you guys said it's delicious, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna wait for this to boil. It'll take a few minutes, and once that happens, I'll put the butter in it, put a lid on it, and take it off the heat. Then I'm hitting the road to go get Eddie, and then we'll be back and continue on with our frenzy. So I'll be back. All right, friends, it's coming up to boil. I'm just gonna get a nice blob of butter. I won't bother putting any seasonings or anything in it because it's gonna be seasoned enough with what it's gonna go with. So make sure like it's bubbling, not just little bubbles, like good bubble. Put the lid on it, take it off the heat, and just leave it. All right, it's 10:32. I'm gonna get ready to go, but I just filled my big stock pot up, about 3/4 full, with hot water. I'll turn it on when I get back because I got 2 big cabbages. I'm gonna wash and peel the first layer off, take the core out, and dump it in the crock pot. I find with cabbage rolls, I have a couple of videos on this from a long time ago, but in a lot of videos they say just put it in for like 10 minutes and they'll be soft. I don't find that with cabbage. I find it takes a while to cook, to make the cabbage leaves soft, because I don't really like cabbage rolls that there's too much bite still in the cabbage. I don't mind a smidge, but I don't want to be fighting with my meal. So I like to have them soft, not mushy soft, and just bit by bit I'll take the leaves off one at a time, like as they loosen in there, take it out and keep the whole cabbage in there until it's just a stump, and we'll do it from there. Sometimes if the leaves come off early but they're still really hard, I'll leave them sitting in the water for a while. But yeah, I got 2 cabbages. I'm gonna make as many cabbage rolls as I can because I know Saritha, my neighbor, likes some. Dad likes some. Medea and Marquise love them. Some of the little kids don't really like them, but I'll probably make a couple of keto ones. I won't put rice in it. And yeah, something different. I mean, I really like cabbage and sausage fried up, but this is something different. Something different. I know my sister-in-law loves some, and my mother-in-law loves some, I believe, and there's not going to be enough for everybody, but if I have little containers, I'll put them in little containers, and yeah, we'll have cabbage rolls, so yeah, 10:34, I need a hustle, My husband's up and Maze is up. Alright guys, my phone shut off while I was talking to you, but yeah, that stock pot is sitting on the stove. I told my husband, do not touch my rice pot. And that stock pot I'll turn on when I get home to boil the cabbage in. And yeah, I'll have to see what, because I was just talking to you. Oh, there's frost all over my freaking window. I'll be back. I'm running behind. It's like 20 to 11 and I gotta get my grandbaby. All right, I just got to Medea's. They still have a lot of, well, I mean, it's not deep snow, but most of our snow is gone. But it just shows we're only about 10 minutes away from each other, but just the ocean is right there and we get a breeze, maybe, I don't know, but still lots of snow. Anyways, I'm gonna go in and get my grandbaby so Medea can work her tail off. All right, friends, it's 10 after 11. I just got home. Just turned this on high. I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna get this going. Oh. I have a compost tray right there behind you guys. This is the one I was working with. There. I hate trying to take the cores out of these. And yeah. Well, let me get hustling. Gotta be careful. That rice is probably done, but I'm not gonna lift the, should have got my husband to do this. He's upstairs working though. Yeah, he's one of those guys that can work from home, which is good. I mean, I think they have meetings or something, so they do teleconference stuff. I think what's rolling around in my head is I want to make a roster. I'm not very good at sticking to things. That probably isn't going to do it. Ow. Let me... These are super sharp knives. I'm terrible at this. I really am. If I can't get it out now, I'll just boil it with the stump in and cut it out after. It's not a big deal. And I was looking for, like, those... Whew. Well, there it is. That's as good as it's gonna get. Plop. I was looking for like pickling spice and things to do those Brussels sprouts. And I remember I use pickling. I don't generally use pickling spice. I used it before, I think, on my bread and butter pickles, and it just wasn't the same as my mom's. So I don't think I have any. But I think what I'm going to do is make like dill Brussels sprouts. Like dill pickles, only dill Brussels sprouts. I don't see why that would be bad. And I don't have any fresh dill, but I have dill seed. I'll add some red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper, whatever I have. I think I have something.
Come here,
And do it that way, make a brine. Just a minute, boob. Gotta be careful, I don't want to poke myself in the belly. But, oh, just a minute, those guys are coming in. Alright, I got them both in there. And we're gonna let them boil. It's 11:13, so not too bad. Alright, friends, I'm gonna get supper going now. I haven't even had lunch yet, but I want to get it in the slow cooker. I just rinsed a package of chicken breast. I have another one over there, but I'll just do one. I can use that for something else. I rinsed the chicken. I'm going to cut it up in chunks, not little chunks, but chunks. Maybe I'll end up using that other one. We'll see. But I'm going to brown the chicken just a little bit on the outside and put it in the slow cooker with some of that tikka masala sauce I got. I'm just cooking on low today. And then we'll have it over rice. Just like chunks. And it'll shrink up a little bit. I just thought if I brown it a little bit, it might hold it together better. I just find in slow cookers, meat always just gets shreddable, which is good when you want that, but I don't want that for this. If I can help it, I mean, it would still taste good. And these are big old boneless, skinless chicken breast. I haven't had something like this. I can make my own tiki masala. I've done that before. I might even have a video on that. I think I do. With spices and stuff. It's just this sauce was 50% off. And I'm going to add some diced tomatoes to this. And some onions. I've moved the cabbage over to that back burner.
Mom,
What, honey?
Mom,
Did you eat your cookie?
yeah,
I don't think you did.
no,
No. I don't think you did. Oh, what I was saying was what I'm thinking about doing, how all these parents are homeschooling now.
Mom.
What? I'm gonna go eat your cookie.
no.
Is getting the kids to help me make supper and things like that, like teaching them some basic skills of canning and cooking and baking and dehydrating. So today we're doing those cabbage rolls. I'll probably get Mally to help me with those just because those are a little more tricky. I'll get, hopefully get the blueberries on the dehydrator today. I'll get Maze to help me with that because it's easy. And if I can up those Brussels sprouts, I might get Mazai to help me with that. It's good that kids help cook in the kitchen and all that kind of stuff. Boys or girls, I'm not being sexist or anything, but it's skills that they'll carry on with them. Or they'll remember. They're life skills, is what they are. And it's hard to learn that in the classroom. They don't have that in schools anymore here, I don't believe. I remember when I was in high school, I took cooking and I took sewing. I don't believe they have that anymore. I might be wrong, at least in our area, but I don't believe so. And I took typing. That's where I learned how to type, on typewriters. And when you got for a certain speed, you can go on an electric typewriter. And I remember that, and that skill has stuck with me. I can type a heck of a lot faster than I can print or write, honestly. They might have that in schools, I'm not sure. It's probably keyboarding or something. I really don't know. But just basic skills, because not all learning comes from a classroom. I mean, of course, learning does come from a classroom, but not all learning has to come from a classroom. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. It's a lot, but I don't know if it's enough. I might do that other package just to use it up. It's in my fridge. It wasn't in the freezer. I bought it the other day. And why not? I'm just gonna rinse it quick. Just so there's enough. And there might be enough for tomorrow too. Why not? If I have to make more rice, I'll make more rice. And I'll just use my big slow cooker. And that'll be that. But yeah, I want to teach them things that they don't learn in a classroom. I know my kids know how to read in French and in English. All my kids are in French classes. And to be honest, I don't know very much French. I know the basic stuff, but not enough to teach them. They know way more than I do. And maybe we'll do reading. I want to get the kids helping with laundry. You guys have been telling me this for the past couple of years since I started YouTube. I won't get them to do it all the time, but just to get the basic skills, because I think there's probably young adults out there that don't know how to use a washing machine. Don't know how to cook a real meal. It's so easy to go to McDonald's and buy a meal because it's cheap. It's not that good for you, but you know, they can learn. Mally's on the road to that. Mazai's on the road to that. But to get them doing the nitty-gritty stuff, getting their hands in the raw meat and mixing it up, that sort of thing. They'll probably enjoy it too once they get into the swing of things. I know Misha will be my little baker in regards to being really excited about that. Mally knows how to bake pretty good now. She could bake just about anything. She hasn't baked a whole great big repertoire, but I just know she understands the philosophy behind baking. That's what I'm going to do while we can, because it'll help me in the long run, and it'll help them in the long run too. Basic stuff. Now, if I knew how to garden, this summer, you know, spring gets on, they get planting. I'm not good at that. I really have no skill in that. My husband, on the other hand, does. His family all gardens. My mom used to garden some, and my dad still does a little garden. He'll plant beans and sunflowers. But, and we don't have a big area for a big garden, but I've taken them to local gardens to pick beans. If I think of it, I'll put a link down below. Like, I'll buy local stuff from here, from people. One more. This is going to be a lot. Hopefully I have enough sauce, but I'll just add stuff to it if I need to. I don't want to cook this all in the pan. I'll just cook it a little bit and then put it on low for a few hours and then shut it off and leave it on and keep it warm. I could have did this yesterday and marinated it. But make sure you guys aren't shut off. Yeah, I find with cabbage, I need to boil it more than the 10 minutes. I find a lot of people say that you just put it in there for 10 minutes and it's soft. No, it takes longer than that for me anyways. I don't want a super hard cabbage leaf. I like it soft, not mushy soft, but soft enough that it kind of all goes together with the filling and the sauce and stuff. Let me take these gloves off. Ah. There. What am I going to need for this? I'm going to add some garlic powder and onion powder, of course. I'll get those frozen onions out of the freezer. Ah! Watch my toes. Watch my toes. Ah, this is like in a clump. Another one in there. I'm going to leave that to sit out for a bit. This one's better. Yeah. Frozen diced onions. It's a shortcut, but do what you do, you know. I know a lot of people out there like choppy stuff. I don't really like choppy stuff. Ah, yeah, that's alright. I also took out, earlier before I left, chopped spinach, and it's frozen. They're like in little balls. I'm going to defrost this and use this up. There's still quite a bit in there, but I'll put some in the cabbage rolls, and maybe I'll put some in this. Why not? But yeah, that's the plan, Stan. I want to use up my stuff. And it's not going to be used up in one day. I'll be able to eat this stuff next month. You know, things can last in the freezer. And I have people ask me, why don't you just freeze the things and leave it? And that's what I do, honestly. When I go shopping, I'll just throw stuff in the freezer. But then when I have meals already made, for a day I don't feel like cooking, because I'm doing other stuff, I don't have to cook. I can take it out the night before. Ideally, that's what you're supposed to do. Take it out the night before, defrost it, and then put it in the oven to heat up. But 9 times out of the 10, I don't do that. I'll take it out in the morning, and frozen solid. And just put it in the oven at a lower temperature for a longer time and it works. Oh, I didn't put any oil in this. I suppose I should put a little bit. Just a smidgen. Some olive oil. I could have used bacon grease, but whatever. I want to use some diced tomatoes. I bought some from the store. I do have canned tomatoes, whole tomatoes down in the basement, but I'll use up some stuff I got. Let me see if I can find it right off the bat. These are diced tomatoes, diced tomatoes with Italian spices. No salt added. I'll add that to it. Not while it's doing this, but at the end. And spinach ball or two. That'll be good. That big crock pot is just coming up, just starting to come up. There's 4 little balls. Just to loosen them up a smidgen. And there'll be enough. If there's any left over, they can have it tomorrow, or I can freeze a portion of it. Even if it's just an individual portion. If somebody wants something that we don't, different than what we're having at a supper sometime, they can just pop that in the mic. Let me see if I can find that sauce. Yeah. Tiki masala. Tiki masala. That's not going to be enough sauce for this. Not at all. Don't know if I have coconut milk. I usually do, but I don't think I do right now. Tomato paste, garlic, cornstarch, that would be for thickening, cilantro, citric acid, rosemary extract. I'm just going to throw something together. You guys know how I do. I'm not great at following specific recipes. Still want this raw when I put it in the slow cooker. Just kind of turning it up. I don't know what I'm going to do for lunch today. But I think I'm going to get those drumsticks out of one of the coolers. I think I have 3 or 4 packs. And do those in the oven until they're real good and done. I don't want them dried out completely, but good and cooked. And then I'll figure out what I'll do with that. I have some Diana's chicken and rib sauce, I believe. I can put that on it and then put it back in the oven and get it caked on there like tacky, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. And then I have, I think, 4 packs, 4 or 5 packs of hot Italian sausage to use up. I'm thinking I'll do cut it up in one of the meals. I'll cut it up in chunks and fry it like sausage balls and put tomatoes and mushrooms and veggies in there, and that would be good for over top of rice or pasta or something. I don't know. Then I had that ground pork. I was looking at ground pork recipes. There was pork pot pie. Something I might do. Never done. I've made chicken pot pie and turkey pot pie, but we'll see. Come on, I want this to brown a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll be back. I'm going to go get my big slow cooker, and that'll be ready for when this comes out of the pan. All right, friends, well, it didn't really get brown. Maybe I had too much in the pan, but I strained this chicken just because there was a lot of liquid in there, and I don't want this to be soupy. So, still super hot, otherwise I'd get my hand in there, but this is those diced tomatoes. That crock pot is starting to boil now, so I'll keep an eye on that. This is that tikka masala. And I'm going to put a little milk in this and shake it up and get the last of it, because I'm not wasting a drop of that. Maybe I'll put some heavy cream in there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. What are you laughing at, Eddie? Actually, yeah. You playing with a car?
No,
I'm using heavy whipping cream. There's plastic. Okay, you guys, go on out, please. You guys, go on out. No, on out. Is Dad out there? Is he back upstairs? Hmm. Still didn't get it all. Take the plastic off this so I can get the lid on it. There's some stuff on the lid. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Ah. I just tasted a little bit of it. Tastes good. Yeah, I don't want to miss any of that. I'm going to put a little water in. Just a little bit. The boys are running around like chickens with their head cut off. Evie, get off that cooler.
go.
Now, let me see if I can mix this up. We'll see. Oh, you guys might jiggle a little bit. Yeah, see, I don't want it soupy. If I have to, I'll turn the lid to the slow cooker sideways so some of the liquid evaporates. This is still very raw chicken. And I'll taste it when it's just about done. If I have to add any more spices to it, I will. Well, go to the bathroom then. Yeah, always announces when he has to poop. All right, good. I'm gonna get a lid on it and put it on low, and I'll be back. All right, the leaves are starting to come off bit by bit. I'm using these things to pull them off, and I'm just putting them in this pan. I'm gonna end up putting them back in the water after, but I take them off while I can, and then after I'll start putting them back in after the actual cabbage balls are done, and boil them for a few more minutes because they're still very crunchy, which is fine, but I don't find they soften up like I like them when I make cabbage rolls, so yeah. All right, Mally just got up, the sleepyhead, and she's my professional garlic shucker. So she's going to do this. This is going to be for those pickled Brussels sprouts. But she can do this because I don't like doing this, but she's really good at it. She's going to cut the tips, smash them, and peel them for me like a boss. Over here, though, I'm working on the cabbage. Those need to boil a little more. When they get down to the smaller balls or whatever, they might not have been cut where the core was, so they stick together more. But yeah, got lots of cabbage rolls to make. Alright, I took out the little cabbages and I put a pan of those leaves back in here. And just to sit in the hot water, I shut the burner off just to soften them up a little bit. But you can see, like what I was talking about, even though I cut the core, when you get down to the middle, it's still not unattached from where the core was. After this cools a bit, I'm going to get a knife in there and cut more so these leaves can come off. Kind of tricky that way, so yeah, I'm just gonna let these sit for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes and then take them out, and then I'll do that other pan. By that time these will cool down enough and I can finish up with this. Alright, I took those first batch of leaves out of there, put it in the pan, and just put a lid on it just so whatever heat's in there will keep penetrating it. Put the second pan in there. The other cabbage balls I can probably work with, but I'm just heating up cans of like ravioli for the kids for lunches for right now, because yeah, I need to get them fed so I can move on with my other projects. Alright, the second pan of leaves are still in there. The thing's shut off. I turned it back on to bubble and then shut it off. But I broke apart those little balls. Some of them are small. Whatever I have left over, I make like a cabbage roll casserole. I just cut it up small and layer it like a lasagna. And that works out good too. Tastes the same, just shaped differently. But this is going in after I take those out. And Mally's all done doing the garlic for me, so that's great. I'll put that away, and I'll get one of the girls to help me can up those Brussels sprouts after. And the garlic, the hard part, is all done. Alright guys, I've decided to end this video now, and I'll pick up right where I left off. So if you stop back tomorrow, it'll be right where I left off, just so it's not like a 3-hour video. I don't know how long this will be, but I filmed all day yesterday and most of the day, well, not most of the day, it's 20 after 1 now. But the kids all had lunch. They had raviolis. The cabbage leaves are all ready for cabbage rolls, and I plan on getting Mally to make those. I want to pickle those Brussels sprouts today, and supper's going. So stop back tomorrow and you'll see how it goes, how we make out. It's just I won't have time to sit down and edit like a super long video. It takes time, it really does, and I don't mind doing it. I really enjoy doing it. It's kind of like relaxing time for me, but there's not enough hours in the day. There isn't. I have a million things to do. I have a wash I gotta rotate. I have 2 little boys out there. Abby's supposed to go for a nap. He's past his nap time, and you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So anyways, I'm gonna end it here. So yeah, please stop back tomorrow. I love having you guys over here when I do all this crazy banana stuff. It's not fancy. It's not rocket science. It's not whatever, but I'm going through my freezer, my downstairs freezer. Everything I've done today except for the chicken for the tikka masala, the hamburger and sausage I'm going to work today, and the cabbage. Well, I suppose there's not a whole lot from my freezer, but I'm using up stuff in my freezers. How's that? Freezer clear out. Yes. So, yeah, it's going to be these kind of videos the next few days, because I still have another even bigger deep freezer up here upstairs. I have stuff I still need to cook before I even touch that freezer. That'll be in tomorrow's video that you'll see. And yeah, we got lots going on. So anyways, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose. But if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really, honest and truly do. Yes, I do. Do you guys hear those guys out there? Oh my Lord. Lordy, lordy. So anyways, I am going to go and try to lay him down. Oh, I can't. My husband's up there working in the bedroom, unless I lay him in one of the kids' beds. It's hard with little ones because they're not used to a different setting, so he's not used to sleeping in anybody else's bed. Oh, God. Oh, anyways. All right, well, I'm going to end it here, but I'm picking right back up, so stop back tomorrow, and you can be part of the day, too, because I love you. I really do. I love you. And you're right here with me, sisters, brothers. You really are. You really are. So, all right, guys, with that, I'll say have a good night or have a good morning, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Boink.